Welcome to King's Corner. I'm your host, Christian King, and on today's episode, we're going to be discussing the New York Knicks. I know I haven't seen you guys since last Thursday, and I want to apologize for that. Things have come up. I probably should have posted to TikTok or Facebook, but I didn't. But let's get to what I want to talk about today. The New York Knicks are NBA champions for the first time in 53 years. I told you guys they'd win in 5 games. Now, did I think it would be that much of a struggle? Absolutely not. But it was. And the Knicks did it. And I feel really bad for Spurs fans. No, I don't. That's a lie. I do not feel bad for Spurs fans. They had the dynasty of the 2000s and the early 2010s. Spurs fans have had enough of good to happen to them. They don't deserve anything else. They've had 5 championships. They're good. Wembanyama needs to have a reality check. That was my biggest takeaway of this entire series. There is no way that a guy at 7'4" should be that big of a crybaby. He was trying to injure people. I'm not one to call out dirty players as much as I want to with him. It's ridiculous. I thought Draymond Green was a dirty player. No. I was wrong. Draymond Green's a physical player. Victor Wembanyama is a dirty player. What he did to Brunson in Game 3, unacceptable. What he did to Brunson in Game 5, unacceptable. He should have had 6 flagrants in the last 3 games, and he got none because the NBA wanted to keep him around because it brought in ratings. And honestly, if I'm the NBA, I'm ecstatic without that series played out because even though it was a 5-game series and it was technically a gentleman's sweep, the Spurs had the lead majority of the series. You could see any which way in which the Spurs win this in 5 games if you really look deeply. But the thing that saved the Knicks were they were the better coach team, the more veteran team, and the more experienced team. And it showed flawlessly. Every fourth quarter, it was Brunson ball. And I know a lot of people thought maybe OG Anunoby should have been MVP of the finals. Karl-Anthony Towns maybe should have finals MVP. But there's no way after watching Game 5 that you go, oh, yeah, you can't give it to anybody but Brunson. You have to give it to Brunson. He had half their points. He was the only one in Game 5 to show up offensively. And I will say I thought they could beat the Thunder, but after watching this series, I'm not sure if the Thunder beat the Spurs, the Knicks beat them because there's no chance that if the Spurs, or I'm sorry, if the Knicks start out as slow as they do versus the Spurs, they're beating the Thunder. You're not coming back down 29 versus the Thunder. And the thing that the Thunder had the Spurs didn't was a closer. What was killing the Spurs was it'd get to the fourth quarter, they'd have no point guard that closed the game out. Dylan Harper, he's a young up-and-coming guard, but he's just not ready to close out games. De'Aaron Fox made crucial mistakes throughout the series. His only bright spot of the entire series was the Game 3 shot to clinch the win. Because if he does not hit that shot, let's be honest, this series is a 4-game sweep. And that Game 4 loss, that ended it for the Spurs. You could just see. I was with my friends watching Game 5 of the NBA Finals. I wanted to be. He's a Knicks fan. He'll be on the channel at some point in the future. But I wanted to see what it was like for them to experience the Knicks playing a championship game, and it did not disappoint. And you could just feel when it got to the fourth quarter and they were only down 6. It wasn't 6, but only 10. There was this feeling of relief, like, oh, we got this. It's close enough. And they were not wrong. It was incredible to watch. I mean, the Knicks knew they were going to win that game. The Spurs tried to get out to this big lead every time, but it was like as soon as crunch time hit, it was over. And that's a big thing that I'm really worried about Wembanyama. I was saying after the Western Conference Championship, he's got that killer mentality. No, he doesn't. I've seen enough. He's a very sore loser. And I know the popular saying of another one of my friends, show me a good loser, show you a good loser. But you can't be the way he was after that series. I mean, he never gave the Knicks their credit. It was unbelievable. They win Game 3, and it was, oh, okay. We don't even have to play good. We don't have to play great. We just got to play normal Spurs basketball and we'll win. Newsflash. I guess that means the Spurs never played normal Spurs basketball. And everybody wants to get on Mitch Johnson, and he deserves blame for this. But Mitch Johnson can't force his veteran point guard to dribble the ball out and force them to foul. He can't force his 7'5" center to post up and do some damage down low. Or heck, here's a good one. Make a free throw. I was ecstatic to see the Spurs lose because I don't agree with the brand of basketball they were playing. They were playing very dirty versus the Knicks. And they had a whistle the majority of the series. I cannot find a game for you where it was evenly right down the middle. I mean, whenever the Knicks would get fouled, they'd have to get tackled. And even then, they might not even call the foul. It was unbelievable. but it was so entertaining to watch. I mean, I just want to give the NBA, let's give them a round of applause. I mean, that was incredible what they did. It finally felt like the finals aesthetic was back, and I'm ecstatic for it. It felt like a bigger series. And even though it was only a 5-game series, it was entertaining from start to finish. There wasn't a single game where by the end of the fourth quarter you were going, oh, okay, who's going to win this? There was not any game where that did not happen. And it was beautiful to watch. But I will say, but it was incredible. The NBA felt big again, and it was beautiful. Everything about this finals was amazing from start to finish. I want it to stay like this forever. Don't ever take the championship setting off of the courts. We need to leave the Larry O'Brien trophy right there. It was gorgeous. I loved every second of it. I cannot wait till next year. But the big thing we need to discuss is everybody keeps saying that the Spurs are guaranteed to be back. It's not true. You know, Westbrook got to the finals in 2011 with KD and Harden. Only one that ever got back was KD, and that's because he joined a team that was 73-9 before he joined. It's not guaranteed, and even I would even say it's not close to being guaranteed. There's a lot the Spurs have to fix, and the West isn't getting any easier. The Thunder are going to be back next year with a vengeance, and I have a feeling they're going to have a little honest Giannis Antetokounmpo on that team. That team minus the Thunder. We'll take the Thunder out. I think the Lakers minus LeBron is actually going to be better than what people are giving it credit for. I don't think LeBron needs to go back to the Lakers. And if I'm the Lakers, I don't want LeBron back. It's time to build for the future. The Warriors, if they get LeBron and have Steph Curry, I know it's an aging team, but you have a starting lineup of Steph, LeBron, Jimmy Butler, Draymond, Kristaps Porzingis. That's a very, very good starting five. The West is just getting loaded as we're speaking. I mean, the Mavericks, are we sure that Cooper Flag and Kyrie's now healthy again? Are we sure that's not a good team? There's a lot of components in the West where it's like, you really sure the Spurs are going to get back? And this final scared me on who Wembanyama is. You know, a lot of these European players, they stay on one team a majority of their career because they preach loyalty. But Wembanyama is a very soft-minded individual. He does not take losing well. He does not respond to losing well. He doesn't know how to give other teams credit, and he thinks he's better than what he is. When he was celebrating after the Western Conference Finals, I thought it was a little weird myself because it doesn't feel like he thought the Knicks were going to be a challenge. And everybody who would tell him, hey, they're going to be a challenge, he didn't believe it. And that was his problem. And he found out the hard way. But I hope everybody enjoyed the NBA Finals. Please tell me what you thought of the NBA Finals. Give me what your reactions were. Please like the video. Please subscribe. And until tomorrow, King's Corner.